It's like Brad always says, your bass is all about your highs and mids.
Hello, everybody. I am John Snyder from Electronic Audio Experiments, and this is our builder, Jasper. And today, we're here to talk about the Obstructures X EAE bass driver, our latest collaboration with the fine aluminum guitar purveyors of Obstructures. So this thing is our first dedicated bass offering. It's based on some of our favorite solid-state bass amplifiers, and it's got some cool twists for the modern bassist while still retaining that iconic, clangy, grindy noise rock character. So, without further ado, let's show you what this thing does. First, let's get a clean tone. We're using Brad's GK. All right, so first we're going to start this at a lower gain setting with the EQ like this. This represents like a pretty basic, clean bass tone. And there's a ton of volume on tap if you're into that sort of thing. As you increase the drive, you'll get some nice compression. And you can turn it up even further and it starts to get that nice kind of fuzzy breakup. So that's the full range of gain on this. Depending on your bass, your pickups, everything, you're going to get different results, but it's a pretty wide range. So we're going to skip over the bass control for now. We're going to talk about the attack slider. The attack slider is a vestige of the original, vaguely FMV style tone stack of the original amps. And the way that that's set up is it's basically determining how much gain of high frequencies is going into this unique transistor-based clipper circuit that makes these amps, these preamps, so interesting. So right now in the middle, that's basically like halfway on the treble control of the original TS series amps. But if you go up, you'll get something kind of like, well, we call it Brad flavored. So it's pretty intense, and you can go the other way for more of like a foggy, doomy kind of thing. Yeah, it's got quite a lot of range. So now the last control is the bass slider. You'll notice I've been keeping this at 0 the whole time because it's purely additive. It's a shelf bass boost below about 100 hertz. And so as you turn it up, it restores a lot of the low end that is lost by achieving this more kind of mid-focused, like pick attack heavy, like fret buzz grind thing that this pedal has going on. So Jasper, if you want to play, I'll slowly turn this bass slider up and y'all can hear what this thing is doing. So that's the amount of low end that this is capable of. Fun fact, on the prototype, we call this the booty slider.
What else can it do?
There's one other feature in here that I want to talk about, which is the internal notch slider. This is a vestige of the mid control of the original TS series amps. And the reason we set it up this way is because the mid control is cut only and the existing tone stack is very heavily mid scooped. And the result is that iconic nasally sort of, grindy thing that it does, but it makes it not very good into the front of an amp that already has a voice of its own. So with the notch filter disabled, you could expect the tone controls to behave in front of a typical bass amp. Now, the alternative is to use an ampless setup, right? A flat power amp, an IR, that sort of thing. And so if you flip up the notch switch, which is located inside the pedal here, the original voicing of the amp is retained somewhat, or the voicing of the original amp, I should say. And now you get that natural mid scoop, and we're going into the power amp return of Brad's GK, and it sounds a little like this. I'm just going to move the sliders around while Jasper plays, and so you can hear what this thing is doing now that the notch is active. So this concludes our demo of the bass driver. Thanks everybody for watching, and while we've got you, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. This is going to be the final installment in this collaborative series. Once the enclosures are out, no more are going to be produced. We have had an absolute blast working with the Obstructures guys, and we're going to keep the door open for more collaborations in the future. We're also hoping to remix these circuits into new forms at some point. But until then, stay tuned, and we're stoked to have you along for the ride. Thanks everybody for watching, and this is John signing off. Cheers.